When you think about national emblems, they're usually pretty straightforward, right? All about strength, pride, maybe a little bit of power. But then you get to Indonesia. And, well, that's where things get really interesting. So let's just dive right in.
So, on one side, you've got these powerful, real-world animals. The American bald eagle, the Gallic rooster for France. Eagles are a popular choice for sure. But then on the other side, you have Indonesia. They went a completely different route. They chose a creature that, well, it doesn't even exist. A divine, mythological bird god straight out of ancient Hindu scripture.
And right there, that's the big question, isn't it? The central kind of mind-blowing paradox of this whole thing. Why on earth would the country with the largest Muslim population in the world choose a Hindu god as its national symbol? I mean, think about that. The answer, it turns out, tells us so much about identity, about history, and really about civilization itself.
Okay, so to even begin to unravel this, we've got to start with the main character in our story. We need to ask who, or maybe what, is Garuda?
Right, so first things first, Garuda is not just some big mythical bird. We're talking about a major player in some of the most sacred Hindu texts out there. I mean the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, these are foundational stories. And he's this incredible, powerful hybrid. He's got the head and wings of an eagle, but the body of a human, and he's 100% divine. And his resume, oh, it is absolutely stacked. I mean, check this out. He's the king of all birds, so powerful his wings can literally darken the sun. He's the divine ride, the Vahana, for Vishnu, one of the top-tier Hindu gods. And he's the eternal enemy of the Nagas, these serpent beings, which is basically a cosmic battle between good and evil, order and chaos. So yeah, to put it lightly, he's a cosmic heavyweight.
But here's where it gets really interesting. See, Garuda isn't some foreign concept that was just dropped into Indonesia. Not at all. He's been a guardian figure in that part of the world for a lot longer than you'd probably guess. We're talking at least 1,500 years. Think about that. That's way before Islam became the dominant religion there. It's older than the written history for most of the local ethnic groups. Garuda is woven into the absolute bedrock of the culture of those islands. And you can literally see this history carved in stone. So Hinduism shows up through trade routes way back in the early centuries. Fast forward to the 9th century and boom, there's Garuda, appearing in the stunning reliefs of these massive temples, like Borobudur and Prambanan. Then by the 14th century, he's not just art, he's the official royal symbol of the powerful Majapahit Empire. This was the last big Hindu-Buddhist kingdom that managed to unify the whole area. Okay, so let's hit the fast forward button. We're jumping all the way to 1945. Indonesia declares its independence. And suddenly, they have this monumental task ahead of them. How do you pick just one symbol for a brand new nation that is just unbelievably diverse? And I mean, what a challenge, right? Seriously, how do you unify, get this, 300 different ethnic groups, 6 official religions, scattered across 17,000 islands? And for a long time, the only thing they all had in common was being colonized by the Dutch. So what symbol could possibly bring all of that together? It seems almost impossible. This is where the nation's founders made an absolutely brilliant move. Instead of getting bogged down in all the things that divided them in the present, they looked deep into their shared past. Way back to a time before colonialism, before the religious lines were drawn so sharply. They looked back to that great Majapahit era. And who did they find waiting for them? Garuda. And just like that, the ancient guardian became a modern emblem. The Garuda Pancasila was officially adopted, taking this powerful figure from the distant past and making him the symbol for the nation's future. But here's the thing. This is not just a cool picture of a mythical bird. Oh no. It is a dense, symbolic masterpiece. It's like a philosophical manifesto where every single feather, every little detail has a deep, specific meaning. So come on, let's decode this thing. Okay, let's start with the feathers. Count them up. On each wing, you're going to find exactly 17 feathers. Now look at the tail. There are 8 feathers there. And finally, on the neck, there are 45 feathers. So what have we got? 17, 8, 45? Sound like anything to you? Well, here's the absolute genius of it. August 17th, 1945. That's Indonesia's Independence Day. The nation's birthday is literally written and coded onto the body of its guardian. How cool is that? And we're not done yet. Look at his chest. He's carrying a shield. This represents something called Pancasila, which is the official state philosophy. It's the 5 core principles that are supposed to guide the whole country, and each little symbol on that shield stands for one of those pillars. You got the star, for belief in one God, the chain, for a just and civilized humanity, the banyan tree represents unity, the bull's head stands for democracy, and finally, the rice and cotton symbolize social justice. It's the entire national philosophy all laid out right there on the chest of its guardian. Now look down at his talons. See that banner he's gripping? It has the national motto written on it, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. This is an old Javanese phrase, comes from a poem from way back in the 14th century, and it means unity in diversity. And what's so cool is that back then it was talking about Hindus and Buddhists living in harmony, but today it speaks to the soul of the entire incredibly diverse nation. So, you've got this ancient symbol absolutely packed with modern meaning. But it's not just some static emblem you see on a government building. No, it is a living, breathing part of Indonesia right now, today. I mean, you see him everywhere. He's on the tail of the national airline Garuda Indonesia, literally taking flight. He's the nickname for their national sports teams. His face was on every single rupiah banknote, passing through millions of hands every day. He's even popping up in esports and digital culture. He's truly everywhere. And hey, if you need a real physical sense of just how important this symbol is, just go to Bali. The Garuda Wisnu Kencana statue there is immense. It towers 121 meters into the sky. To put that in perspective, that's taller than the Statue of Liberty. It's this massive statement made of copper and brass that you can see for miles around. So when you get right down to it, all this complexity, it's not a bug, it's the feature. That's the entire point. You have a Hindu figure representing a Muslim-majority nation, holding a motto written in Old Javanese. What he really symbolizes is a civilization that is ancient, that is deeply pluralistic, and one that is totally unafraid of having a complex, multi-layered identity. When you think about it, Garuda is the perfect symbol for a nation that, on paper, maybe shouldn't even exist, but it does, and it thrives. A nation that made a conscious choice to find its strength not by ignoring its differences, but by embracing them. The words unity and diversity are right there, held in the talons. But the real idea, the real spirit of it all, that's in the flight